All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. Now, all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. It helps out the YouTube channel with the YouTube algorithm, letting me know that you appreciate the time and effort I put into these videos. After this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys. We're going to discuss one that I mentioned this morning, and we're going to talk about a ticker symbol you want to add to your watch list. If you haven't already, I've been talking about it over at the Patreon since March 27th, and every single investor had an opportunity to catch the dip. It ran up to $8, pulled back, and today it touched $8 again. So let's go ahead and jump into the CTRM chart analysis, and we'll talk about the next ticker symbol in just a moment. So CTRM, Castor Maritime Inc., continues going lower. Okay, I talked about this below $1. At this point, I'm very disappointed with the chart, and I'm disappointed with everything. The company's actually not showing any signs of a return back up, especially because their annual report for 2020 was terrible. So even though everything in the past was profitable, it's basically looking like the stock and their revenue and net income is terrible. Like they did great once upon a time and no longer profitable, right? And that 2021 is going to be just as bad. Now, this stock could turn around if a lot of investors come back in and then the next quarterly announcement goes up or whatever it will be. It's going to have to take a catalyst in news to bring this up. Now, this stock overall, though, is being destroyed right now. And I don't think it's going to move back up very quickly or even at all anytime soon. I think that this stock has actually started to go in the downward direction. It could have a slight reversal and a slight jump, but it's not going to be nothing big. This needs to get back up above $1 before it could do anything else. But this stock here is honestly looking very, very weak. Beyond how great the company is, beyond how much they've expanded, it's just not looking great. Now, if you guys want to challenge that down below and you think there's a short squeeze coming or a reversal, I would appreciate seeing your thoughts down below, but this is looking very weak. So, the 50-day moving average here is 55 cents. Anything below it is bearish. Anything above it is bullish. Now, our support level here is 50 cents. If that gets broken through, you want to watch this carefully. And if that gets broken through, your next point of reference is 45 cents. You want to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. Our resistance level is right here at this point, 53 cents. That needs to be broken through to pull upwards. But just because that gets broken through, that does not signify or guarantee that the bulls have gained control. That's just an indicator for us investors to know where the momentum is going. If it gets turned into a support, the goal is for the bulls to continue upwards, but they need to cross 55 cents to go back into bullish territory and pull away from it to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. So very important to keep that in mind. But right now, based off this chart, there is no acquisitions that can stop this from falling, because they've had a lot of great news of expansion. There's no type of revenue or net profit right now that can save this until the next date of earnings, right? Which basically earnings was supposed to possibly happen, and it doesn't seem like it is being stated. And there's just a lot going on here with this stock just falling. And I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts. At this point, very discouraging. And I know that there's a lot of investors that are still in this, hoping, or they know something I don't know, or they're just in this because they took a big position and don't know what to do yet. Or are there investors looking for the opportunity to catch this one as it's falling? That would be interesting as well. Stay tuned, because we're going to jump into the stock that you don't want to miss, and you definitely want to add to your watch list. So the ticker symbol I want you guys to add to your watch list is one that I actually do daily chart analysis on, and I mentioned it over at the Patreon since March 27th, especially when it was starting to show weakness. But we're going to go over its chart in just a moment. So here on the screen, I have a stock that I mentioned this morning, and I want to share with you guys a little snippet of what goes on over at the Discord. And by joining the Patreon, you gain access to the Discord. Now, Patreon member slots are actually getting limited. They're getting filled up pretty quick. And I want you guys to see what type of opportunities you can actually obtain or learn from first. Actually, I would tell every single investor and viewer to actually learn from this before actually acting upon it. But some of the ticker symbols that I mentioned, they have opportunities like this one. And today, some investors have messaged me and told me, hey, thank you so much. I took this shot. It was awesome. It was a nice write-up, so forth. And I mentioned it at 7:33. ISIG shot up this morning, just pulled back, seems to have room, sitting at 7:09. Just needs more volume, very low volume, so be careful, right? So right after I mentioned it, it started to fall a little bit lower, and it hit a low here of 690. And from that point forward, it took off and it reached 915. Okay, this stock right here took off in just 2 hours and gave us back $2 per share if we entered close to the point when I mentioned it or a little bit above it. So that's about 15 to 20% in just 2 hours. And if you actually wanted to play it again from this point right here at 655 all the way up to 765, a whole entire dollar, it gave you another 10 to 15%. So if you put that together, that was like a 30% opportunity in just one day. Now, am I guaranteeing this every single time? No. But one of the biggest things you can obtain from joining the Discord and even the Patreon is my weekly watch list and the daily movers that I'm seeing as speculative stocks to watch and opportunities that are presenting themselves. Now, this one was pretty low under the radar because the average volume was 9 million. So you really had to dig a little deep to find this. I'm not saying you can't, but I am here to enlighten you guys and cast light on opportunities many other investors may be overlooking or not aware of. And that's what I do. And I enjoy doing that. So over at the Patreon, you can go check out the tiers. They're getting filled up pretty fast. And you gain access to the Discord. You'll be able to see my weekly watch list. And you'll be able to see these opportunities. Now, I really advise every single investor and viewer to learn from this first before just jumping into this type of stuff, because it's a lot more speculative. But I know a lot of investors want to learn about this and have some type of understanding or guidance of where to look. And that's what I'm here for. So we're out here to try to maximize profits and minimize losses. So what ticker symbol do I want you guys to add to your watch list? So the ticker symbol that I want you guys to add to your watch list is Ocugen. Okay, Ocugen had a pretty big run, right? As you could see that there throughout the day. I mean, what a jump. Now, this was sitting close to $6 and some change. I've talked about it since March, right? When you think about it, way back at this point right here, March 27th, it was falling. I told every single investor and viewer, watch it closely. The closer it gets to $6, the more interesting it becomes, okay? I talked about why the opportunity is there. I did tell everyone that it's speculative, so be careful. And March 27th at 11:39 p.m. There's the stamp time right there. And it was currently sitting at 713 at the time I did this post. Now, did it get closer to $6? Certainly. It dropped down to $5.85, bounced back up and hit a high here of $8. Started to fall, and today had a big run from literally 635 all the way up to 823 again. Now, something I'm noticing, and I just want to kind of point it out, is that it's been doing this time over time. So this is something to be a little bit aware of, that it's having little spikes, almost looking like that's all it could do, hit up to $8. So I do want investors to be aware of that and be a little cautious, right? Because if you've been getting in and you haven't been taking profits, these might be your opportunities, unless the FDA approval is going to shoot this one up to newer highs, which is what we've been talking about and all the things that have been going on. But today's jump was really due to the fact that last night, if you watch the lightning round or if you look at different articles, Jim Cramer literally said these words. He said, this is a speculative opportunity, but he didn't mention about the Covaxin. That's where I kind of found it interesting. And I don't know what type of statement that was, or he doesn't want to get too much into that speculation if it's true or not, if they're going to be the U.S. market distributor to get the FDA approval or not. But he just said they are speculative and an opportunity worth taking a look at because of their technology for the eyes, right? What they really are known for. So he didn't mention anything about Covaxin, which I found interesting, but that made this stock run, and it hit a high here of 822. So this is definitely a stock to add to your watch list if you don't have it already. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.